Hi, my name is Desiree and this is my week 1 reflection video for MDF2 mobile development frameworks. And what we had to do this week was create the first part of our Twitter application, which pulls in our user timeline feed, allows us to refresh the feed, allows us to post comments or make a post, and then also pull in or have a detailed page for each post that you put. So once you click on that cell, it'll take you to a detailed page of that tweet, and then also the user profile detail page, which will show you the followers, who you're following, and how many posts you've had, and then just user information, whatever you put on your profile. So go ahead and run the application and give you a walkthrough through the first part of the app, which is my Twitter test app. That's what I named it. It's kind of taking a little long to process because it has so much information. Sorry, it's taking a little bit of time. Might be my internet connection as well, hopefully. It doesn't take too long. While that's loading. No, don't stop. Sorry about that. Okay. Guess we're just gonna have a long delay. Okay, finally. So here is the first page, which is my view controller. The other pages are details, my cell view, and my user detail view controller, which is my actual profile. So go ahead and get into the code. So this is what I created, and what we have to do is create our table view, which carries each cell of the data that we want to pull in for our timeline for each post that we have. Then we have to create a refresh button, which refreshes the timeline. You could have done like a drag and drop. I couldn't get that to work, so I just used the refresh. Not the drag and drop, but kind of like that pull. When you pull down, it refreshes the feed. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, so you just click on the refresh button. Then we have the comment button. We just post a new, what that is, that keeps popping up. Sorry about that. But you just post a new post while you click on that. And then also this pulls up the user profile. So we'll go ahead and get into the code for that. And here's where I created my information, my feed, which is an NS array, my account, which is my ACA account, so with the term that they use for the framework that we're using, the counts framework. And then I have my alert view, I have my UI image, the NS string that pulls in that image, and then I have my dictionaries, which stores all the data that I need to pass in and out of my app. Then I'll show the table view, which we saw here. I have my on refresh, my on display. These are my loading, and then of course we have to do the set the properties so that we can synthesize them. And then in my viewcontroller.m file, in the view did load, this is where we of course give access to our Twitter account. We had to tell them what type of account that we're using, which is Twitter. We use the ACA account type Twitter, and then this is information that will grant permission to access the account. So of course we want, if granted, then it's going to access our account and give back the information from our user timeline, and it's going to create that request and pull in all that data and the responses that we want. You choose the responses based off of the data that you pull back. It'll tell you, for example, if you want to pull in your followers, then you would pull in that information, etc. If it doesn't work, then it'll give you that error that it did not grant access and give you excess information, or really nothing. And then to reload the feed, it's kind of the same thing. We want to pull in what type of account, what information, and we're just reloading that data that we want back. And then continue down, we have our table view, which of course gives us back each of the sale data that we want, the different posts, which I created my custom cell view here with. That pulls in the UI image, pulls in the tweet, and it gives you the time and date of that specific tweet. So we also created that custom view. And then we have my detail view controller, which will give my username, the tweet, the actual tweet, and again the date and time. And then I have my user profile, which is going to pull in my UI image, my username, followers, who I'm following, my tweets, and then of course any information that I posted on my profile. So this is what it's going to look like. And these are just tweets that I post. Excuse this last one. These are test tweets, old test tweets. So let's say I wanted to create a new tweet. Then you can leave that there. I don't post it from. It's just like default text that we were supposed to put in there. But I'm going to go ahead and put new tweet. Oops. If I could spell new tweet. I hope this works. Something that you can actually identify. Then we're going to send that tweet. We're going to post it. And then we're going to refresh our timeline. And maybe we should pull it down and refresh it. Takes a little while, but it's going to go ahead and load. New tweet, I hope this works. And I post a new tweet with the date and time. And again, if you want more details, it'll show you that detail page. You'll hit back, it'll bring you back here, and also the profile. Take you to that information, my UI image, my username, followers, following, tweets. Yeah, I don't have that many. This is a new one. And then just short details about me. Full stack student, mobile developer, loving life, and accepting change. And that's what we had to do for week 1. Everything seemed to be working well. The only problem that I did have in the beginning was when you do set up that SL request, and then you're also trying to grant access to the account. Make sure that when you do go in and you're setting up that access, that you want to make sure that in your settings you already are logged in to your Twitter account, because if you're not logged in, then it's not going to work. It's going to give you back an error that says that it's not going to grant access, or it didn't work. It's going to say bull. It's going to give you that error and tell you that user did not grant access. So make sure that you're logged in, because that can be one issue, and that's one thing that I had problems with. But overall, everything went well for week 1. This was a fun week, and hopefully I will have the same outcome in week 2. Thanks.